my last feature, I told the story of Sir Charles Anderson and his 2 Nordic voyages, describing him as a traveller through time. His name is remembered on a Delvers Blue plaque at Leigh Park, where the Anderson family home once looked out towards the River Trent. It serves as a reminder that history is often defined as much by what it forgets as what it chooses to remember. Sir Charles's remarkable life spanned most of the 19th century. Since I wrote The Last Baronets of Old Gainsborough, the more convinced I have become that his life divides naturally into 2 distinct halves. The first belonged to youth, a world of confidence, travel, and expectation. The second became increasingly defined by responsibility, social change, and deep personal loss. Looking back, that second Nordic voyage feels less like the start of another journey and more like the closing of a life before another quietly began. After his return, the world he had known gradually began to disappear. Nothing illustrates that transformation more profoundly than the life and loss of his younger sister, Emily Margaret Charlotte Anderson. Born at Leigh Hall in 1817, Emily belonged to a privileged family whose influence extended across much of Lincolnshire. She could easily have lived a quiet life within the boundaries expected of a Victorian lady. Instead, she chose another path. When Asiatic cholera struck Leeds during the summer of 1854, Emily stepped forward. Few women of her social standing would have volunteered to enter the infected districts. The epidemic swept through the overcrowded homes where poverty, contaminated water, and poor sanitation combined with devastating effect. That experience changed everything. Later that same year, Florence Nightingale and Mary Stanley sought women capable of serving in the military hospitals of the Crimea. Emily's work during the Leeds epidemic brought her to their attention. Supported by the Bishop of Oxford and Earl Nelson, she joined the nursing contingent that sailed east in December 1854. Official records preserve only brief remarks, yet they speak volumes. Florence Nightingale's own register records Emily Anderson as an admirable nurse, noting that she was later invalided home after suffering the most severe illness at Therapia. Long after the Crimea disappeared from the newspaper headlines, the war continued quietly inside those who had survived it. Unlike Florence Nightingale, whose work continued from London, Emily's remaining years were devoted quietly to Lincolnshire. Her experience of war reshaped her understanding of care. She became closely associated with improvements at the Union Workhouse, where she supported the provision of a chapel for those who had little else. More significantly, she became the driving force behind establishing a Lincolnshire convalescent home on the seafront at Mablethorpe. Here, another remarkable thread appears. Emily's own fundraising letters survive, together with Florence Nightingale's correspondence, commenting upon the architectural plans. The principles first learned amidst the suffering of the Crimea were finding new expression on the Lincolnshire coast. Emily would never see that work completed. She died at Lee Hall on the 30th of August, 1870, aged just 53. This extract is taken from my latest work, Where the River Meets the Sea, a story of landscape, place and memory. On Sunday, the 20th of September at 12 noon, experience a unique guided tour. Sir Charles Anderson, a half-forgotten Victorian gentleman. This is a Heritage Open Day event and numbers are strictly limited. Booking through Eventbrite. For more information, visit the Delvers Facebook page